Hello everybody, my name is Adnan Khalid and Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Fortigate session number 4. In this session I will talk about the basic system settings, firmware upgrades and configuration backup. Yes, so let's start. In this video I'll use in the Fortigate image in VMware workstation. And the difference between the VMware using this the Fortigate in VMware and the GNS3 is like that. Using in VMware is the more faster than the GNS3 in my experience. Maybe my laptop or maybe my server is not that good that can run the GNS3 faster. Maybe your computer will be faster and will be more powerful to run all this software as compared to, I mean, better than my server or my PC. And so in this case, if you remember that we already have that image, I'll just run it into the VMware. We have already assigned the IP address of that firewall. Port 1 is 172.16.10.51. If you remember that, I will just open that IP address into the web browser. Let's just wait for this firewall to reboot. And I think it's done. Okay, 172.10 dot and open HTTP, not HTTPS, because this evaluation mode. HTTPS will not work. Let's go to the basic system settings. Here you can see we have first option is administrator. By default there is only one user, that is called admin. You can create more administrator as you want, and there are no passwords. Let's create a new administrator. We can configure the name Adnan and password 123456 and 123456. Don't use this password in the production environment. And you can assign, by default there are two profiles in the Fortigate firewall, that is called admin and super admin. Super admin has more power than the admin, but if you see actually the profile itself, let's first assign this admin to super admin and then click OK. We will not use the two-factor authentication or restrict login to trusted host. You can also do that. You can just click on that and only give the IP address of the computer that will access or subnet. For example, if I use here 172.16.10.0/24, so only the host or computer or user coming from only this network will be able to access it. And the third option will be used to create a guest account. I will show you when we will configure the captive portal and all that stuff. And I think that's all. Just click OK, and that's done. In the admin profiles, by default there are only two profiles, as we mentioned before. If you open the rights and authorization, if you see here, they have the same authorization as the super admin. If you see it here, there are no difference at all, but still super admin has more power than the prof admin. If you need to create a new profile, like for the operators or for any other like L1 users, what you can do, you can just create a new profile and name is read only or maybe just an operator. Okay, and assign, just click on read only. It will select all the rights to the read only, and then click OK. So after that, what you need to do, you can just go to the administrator and then maybe we can assign the same profile to Mr. Adnan and click on operator and OK. Okay, let's just log in as an operator to this profile and see if it is uh, what will be the behavior of the firewall in that case. Let's see, Adnan, and the password is 123456. Remind later. Let's go to the network and interface. Here you can see that I cannot configure anything. If I just click on that, I can just view the configuration. So if there will be anything like any static routes, any firewall policies, here you say we have only option for view and policy and object, same as here. So no create new or edit or any other option is available for the read-only user. Let's go to the setting. In this case, here you can configure the port that you will use for to access the Fortigate firewall. For example, by default is port 80. You can customize it for the security purpose, port 8080 or maybe 8081. HTTPS port will be 443. You can also change it to maybe 4443 for security purpose. And SSH port, maybe you can change it to 921. And telnet you don't need, you can just simply disable it, or maybe just take a default, and by default telnet is not enabled, so it will not be used. And here we have it, password policy is off, but you can change it, like you can set the minimum, for example, for admin minimum length is this, character should be complex or not. So you can decide like how many uh, numbers will be there, uppercase or lowercase letter should be there in the passwords. So right now I will not use this complexity. I will just simply set this option off. And here we have the language English, and we have other languages are also available for the Fortigate firewall. I will not change it because I don't know these languages. And lines per pages, you can change it in the output. By default is 50, and the theme is by default is green. You can change it to red, blue. Let's take it red now. Okay, this looks better. And central manager is none. Forti cloud and Forti manager. We will not use any kind of external management device to push the configuration or to manage this device remotely. Okay, so right now this is a standalone device and we will keep it this way. If you remember that this is as a read-only user, and I cannot make any changes to that. Okay, so let's go to the logout and admin, and there are no password. I have seen a lot of networks where the firewall was already deployed and the user, they did not change the password for admin. Do you believe it? And I was really shocked. So first thing you need to do, you need to change the password for the admin user. Okay, people usually they forget. They create a new user and they don't change the password for admin. So by default there is no password, and I will use the same password, but I would not use this password in the production environment. Okay, 12345 6. Setting, we have already gone through these settings, and actually we will discuss about this later. As an MP, you can define new communities here. When we will also talk about this when we will configure the monitoring. And in the basics, I think that's all. I hope this video would be informative for you, and I would like to thank you for watching.